All right, position 8 of my 12 position zodiac fly through. My hot Scorpio position. Oh, I like that. That should be one we try to come up with in real life. The hot Scorpio position. It ends with the stinger, right? How about that? That's nice. There you go. Bottom of the deck, your theme energy for this pyramid I'm going to pull for you is the Magician. And a 9 of Pentacles. This is a transformative, liberating month for you. I'm going to go one more. The 10 of Wands, you're relieving some pressure. Maybe, hey, I mean, I could take this. That you figure, maybe you try a few things. Maybe you try that stinger, right? The hot Scorpio position. I don't know, but some tension's getting alleviated in a big way. There's you popping off right there with the Ace of Wands. I don't know. It's what it says. It could play out in the boudoir, or it might play out at work, or it might play out with a soulmate. It's just the theme energy, but so far, so good. I was pretty close with my hot Scorpio position and the stinger at the end. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's see where we go. All right. Not to be confused with the burning sensation you have to take medication for. That's different. That's not the stinger. The stinger's a good thing. All right, here we go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate, but if the title brought you in here, or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. Between now and probably the end of April, around the beginning of Taurus season, this energy would be floating around, generally speaking. But you're all moving at different speeds on your time lane. It might happen for a few of you in September. I don't fucking know. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. But it is a March 2026 reading. And these energies are strongest here, right now. Bottom of the deck. And what energy is that? The environmental energy around this reading is bullshit. 7 of Swords. But you knew it. You knew it. Didn't that come out in a recent reading? I don't know which one. All my readings tie together. But there was a reading where I had bullshit, and I pointed to the little fox, and I said, yeah, but you knew it, right? See his little eye open there? You knew it. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. You moved forward with bad information, or somebody's moving towards you with bad information. This is Leo. It's passionate forward movement. Lions holding one of the roses from the 2 of Cups in this deck. You got a soulmate coming towards you who might regret it. That's one way I could phrase it. Or you react to somebody else on bad information and you might regret it. Take it as it resonates. I don't know. Could go either way. Okay? All right. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, well, we ready? Everybody ready? Bird's ready. I'm ready. Okay. Top row is how they feel about you. I'm going to read it as incoming energy. Roles can be reversed. Top row is how they feel about you. Middle is what they think about you. 3D. So we got 5D, 3D, and a potential final outcome at the bottom for you. It's read generally with the center card of the feelings, so keep that in mind. I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. Throw some universe cards at the end if I think we need to. All right. Some of these readings have been fairly cut and dry in this zodiac fly-through. That's it. Let's go. You ready? Okay. We're going to clarify, of course, with the, I'll use the witches. It's got 10 cups at the bottom. I'm encouraged by that. We'll see. Well, it could be the false way somebody's coming towards you. It's been coming up in recent angles, close proximity to you, that somebody's reading somebody wrong or inventing things. Perhaps somebody's got a little too much fantasy and not enough reality, right? See, with the 9 of Wands underneath it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It wanted to reveal itself. I didn't do that on purpose. All right, here we go. Queen of Wands. Somebody's very attracted to you. Somebody very attracted. You're a good-looking snake. You are. 6 of Cups. It's a soulmate. And the page who wants another whack. It might be an ex. Could be. Could just be a soulmate who ran. It's either a runner, an ex, or a family member who you're estranged from on some level. Level 1 estrangement is you let them bounce to voicemail rather than take their call and then wait a couple of weeks and return it and say you were busy. I was in Africa, right? I was on safari. I'm sorry I couldn't reach you, right? That's a level 1 estrangement. That's what I have with most of my family, on my mother's side anyway. My father's side is funny. I like them. I don't talk about them much, but you can see them all the time if you watch Duck Dynasty. It's pretty fucking close, my father's side of the family. Most of them aren't out of camo at any point in time, you know. So, but they're great. They're all right. I call them when I have a carburetor issue. So it could be that, you know. I would say no more than a level 1 estrangement, maybe level 2 at the most. A level 2 is you just don't take their call, but they're still trying to call. Okay, that would be a level 2 estrangement. You never take their call, but they're trying, right? But you're just like, okay. Level 3 is when you change the number, right? And don't give out your new address when you move, right? Anyway, whoever this person is, whichever one it is, they want to try again. And for some reason, they got sort of it's a hemotoxin in the rattlesnake. It makes you bleed. It makes you bleed uncontrollably. They got a bleeding heart for you right now. I don't know why. Maybe they're under some sort of false impression, like I started to say earlier, again, with the cards at the bottom, right? False impression, right? Who knows? They might be embarrassed by showing up. I have no idea. I have no idea. What do they think about when they think about you? I mean, you are pretty hot. You are a good-looking snake. I'll tell you. 6, male or female, I don't care. 6 of Wands, and it's victory. What do they think about when they? It's just victory. It's not victory after a long battle. It's just victory. They're determined to change things. They think you want to as well, to transform things. I'm not sure you do. I think that's where they might be a little embarrassed that they showed up, right? They might be a little confused, a little conflicted up in their head with the 5 of Wands. I think they're working on bad information, right? I do. It's like the level 1 estrangement or the ex or the runner. Somebody went up to them and said, hey, you know, Steve's viewer wants to talk to you. And they said it as a joke. You know, they were just kidding. Steve's viewer doesn't want to talk. I'm just saying. Somebody's coming at you under a false impression, and I think they might regret it. They might. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, and they think you want it too. Okay, I don't know. What else? It's 9 of Swords. Yeah, it feels like a 9 of Wands. I already had that. It's right here. It's similar energy. It's a 9 of Swords that feels like a 9 of Wands on some level. So pair those together, and you get someone who has thought about this to death. They're tired of thinking about it. Okay? It's a 9 of Wands carved into swords. So into spears, right? A little bit. Yeah, we're going to clarify one of those. Yeah. I feel like this has happened before with this person because as soon as I said spears, I thought of Britney. And then Britney's got that song, and it popped in my head. And it's not music I would normally listen to, but she's got some oops, I did it again kind of thing. I feel like there's a little oops, I did it again sort of thing here. I mean, but it's more along the lines of oops, I pooped myself again or something. I mean, somebody here, I think they've put their foot in their mouth before. For some of you, at least. It wouldn't have come up that way. Right. Okay. A potential final outcome for you, Red, with 6 cups. Justice. I mean, justice can play out a lot of ways here. The black cat and the white cat are about to have a conversation. Somebody from your past is showing back up, and you got a chance to set the record straight. I think the record you set straight is you shouldn't have come in here, motherfucker. Right? And they're a little confused. They might start a fight. I don't know. But we can finally put an issue to rest after a long time. Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay? I think if it's let's use the example, it's a level 1 estrangement. Right? Or a level 2, one or the other. And they just show up thinking I heard you wanted to straighten things out. No, I didn't. Now get lost. Right? There you go. There's your quick justice right there. I don't know. You get to set the record straight here. I think this is for you to do with what you want. I think they're coming to you under false impression. That you're interested in fixing this. That you've been up all night pacing around the kitchen about it too. So this may not be who you think it is. If you've been pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning, which you shouldn't be, but if you have been, about a runner or something, this may or may not be them. I don't know. This is probably an ex, a runner, or at least a level 1 or level 2 estrangement with a family member or friend. It can go either way. All right, let's see. 6 of Cups. Let's clarify. By the way, it ends well for you. You know, you want some rainbow unicorn? There you go. It ends well for you. Justice. You get justice. That's it. Justice has come out a lot from different decks in the final outcomes of this March 2026 fly-through. This is at least the second time I've seen it, but it may have been elsewhere too. It may have gone by while I was shuffling, which I tend to apply. I don't always mention, but I tend to apply it when I read the energy. So there's a lot of that going on here. But it is a month of consequences. Justice, right? People been getting away with stuff. We've been whitewashing stuff. Things been getting more and more corrupt out in the world. It's getting crazy town. It's time for some consequences. We got some energetic slapback coming. As far as the people in your life, we've got some energetic slapback coming here. All right? What's going on? Six of Cups. Why is it here? Ace of Pentacles. And we got a card that fell on the floor. The King of Cups fell on the floor. And the Seven of Wands. You know, I have to include the Justice energy, your final outcome, in this now that it's sitting here. And I have that Ace of Pentacles, and I had it here too. For their side, I talked about your side, you get to set the record straight. For their side, they're coming to fight an injustice here a little bit. They feel like they're willing to fight for your love now. I think they had that chance and blew it. I'm just saying. Or, take it as it resonates, this is something you've been hoping this person would want to do, and that's why you get justice. Okay? But I don't think this is accurate. Something about their approach is inaccurate. The Seven of Swords. It's not that they're lying to you when they get to you. It's just the whole approach is inaccurate, and they may feel like foolish, you know. It's up to you what level of foolish you make them feel like. Well, you're stupid if you come here. I mean, I didn't want to talk to you. That's being a little harsh, maybe, right? Maybe you just play dumb, you know. It might be the way to go. I don't know. All right? Bridging energy. Page of Pentacles. I think they've been nervous about it. They're not nervous about it now. This is somebody who had some growing to do before they could be in your energetic field, if you will. Okay? Something like that. I wanted to pull. Do I need to pull on? Okay, you know what? Let's pull on how attractive you are. I know what that is. They want to try again. Apologize, maybe. I need to pull on the snake here a little bit. Tell me about the attraction energy here. I think this attraction was a problem last time, and now it's not. Now, that could play out a lot of ways. That could play out, you were dating this person and you're hot. If you're dating somebody who's attractive, handsome, pretty, or whatever, you've got to be very secure. Why? Because everybody wants to hit on that person. Everybody wants to bang that person. All your friends want to screw that person, right? You have to be secure. That maybe this person wasn't. Maybe they were insecure. I see that with the Page of Pentacles. And now they've grown and they're ready to deal with it. If this is like a family member, the attraction can be they were a little smothering. Or if they were a friend, they were a little smothering kind of a thing. It could be that as well. It could play out that way. Okay? All right. So take it as it resonates. All right, here we go. Temperance. Yeah, they've learned how to temper whatever this was, and I've described a couple of things that could be. Right? The most dominant energy, you know, is it's like an X or something like that. Sometimes if they get jealous, they were worried that other people wanted to, you know. The worst thing that can happen to someone who's insecure dating somebody who's remotely attractive or who is heavily attractive is they have one of their friends joking around one night. They're out with their buddies, right? Drinking some Heinekens, some Millers, shooting some pool. And one of their friends goes, man, I would love to bang your girl. Oh, she is hot. That must be hot. It rattles the insecure dude. And the dude gets insecure. They start getting jealous, and then they start channeling that energy towards you. And sometimes you break up because they were jealous, but you don't even realize where that came from. You didn't know that their friends were all talking about, you in that way. Okay? What's on top? The Chariot. And why is that here? The Eight of Cups. Yeah, somebody couldn't hack it before. They walked away. Now they've seen the light. Okay? Now they feel like they have this in check. That's what I said. They see you in Nine Swords. Why? Why? So maybe that what I said there helps you with future relationships, even if this reading isn't for you. I know it's Steve's Love Tarot. There's a lot of hot people watching me. If you're hot, your person you're dating, whether you're male or female, the person you're dating needs to be secure. Other people are interested in you. Right? They need to be secure. Or like my wife and just not care. One or the other, she couldn't care less. It's like whatever. It is what it is. Either or. She's certainly not insecure, that's for sure. Insecurity is what the problem is here. All right. But they've conquered that, or at least they think they have. Anyway. Which might be what you want to hear. It might not be. You might want to embarrass them. Try not to damage any work they've done. Because that'll reflect back on you as what I call energetic slapback and what the kids call bad karma. Okay? All right. Oh, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. All right. There you go. The Fool, the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and it's all crossed by the Ten of Wands. There's nothing else they can think about. What I mean is they think you're in Nine Swords. They think you're pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. Right. They think that. And they have to. That's why I felt the 9 Wands on it. They have to think that. It's because the alternative is you don't care. And with what they've figured out, they can't, and this need for or wanting to apologize or have a fresh start, they can't fathom that energy. They can't be in that energy. Okay? That's all. All right. For a few of you, you've been through this, you have been through this with this person before. For a few of you, this is a repeat episode of a show that you'd rather not see again. That's my Britney Spears angle on it. Whoops, I did it again. Right? Give them a shot this time. Okay? Give them a shot. A little bit. All right. Let's see where we go. Justice. Why is it here? Final outcome from my hot Scorpio viewers. It's interesting. Well, it's interesting to me as an energy reader. Maybe it'll be interesting to you that these are both herringbone background and they match. The overall energy, 7 swords of bullshit and justice. And I said, you knew it all along when I pointed to the one open eye of the fox. Justice is often finding out that we were right. See, I knew it. We could say something like that. See, I knew it. That's justice. It makes you feel good. Right? That's why I always tell you, I give you the psychology, the proper energetic psychology of when you meet somebody new, when you start dating somebody new, when you make a new friend. Always allow for the fact that they will screw you over eventually. Open that door for 1 minute. This person will fuck me over, hurt me, and destroy my ego. Right? And then shut the door. And go ahead and build a relationship with them. If they end up fucking you over, then psychologically you get to say, I knew it. And that reads as justice. You feel better. You get in, you might be hurt, but you're not devastated. You're not sitting in a corner crying and whatever. You, on some level, small, saw it coming. And you said, see, I told you so. It doesn't mean you close it away. You don't stab them with something they haven't done. But it will mitigate the damage. You know? Whenever I meet somebody new, I try to figure out all the ways this person would probably mess with me. You know? And that way, at the end, if it ever happens, and occasionally it does, I say, I knew it. I knew it would happen. And that's a little bit of an ego boost. It softens the blow of the 3 of Swords a little bit. All right? It stops you from getting in 3 swords and 8 swords together. Those 11 swords are deadly. I'll tell you. All right, justice. Why is it here? It's just another energetic life hack trick from me. All right. All right. It's Crossed by the Five of Swords. Yeah, it's mitigate your damages here. This is Five Swords. It's a bittersweet victory. Something about whatever happens here, you get to say, I knew this would happen. But it's a bittersweet victory. But it does soften a blow for you. It does lighten the Three of Swords. I didn't say if somebody screws you over and you get to say, I told you so, then everything's fine and everything's great. No, it's a Five Swords. It's bittersweet, but it's softer than just 11 swords, 3 swords and 8 swords going through you, right? It's a hell of a lot softer than that. We like it when we're right. The mind, a subconscious even, loves it when we're right. That's why we have to remind people, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Right? Be careful how much you stab them with, no, you're here, you're mistaken. I wasn't I wasn't thinking about straightening things out. Be careful about that. Just go along. Just play along. Okay? And you'll mitigate that. You might even turn that into the actual victory it has the potential to be. See, for them, they think it's 6 wands of victory. But because of the 7 swords and, you saw this coming and your little attitude, which I'm with you on. I'm with you. You knock this 6 wands back to 5 swords, a false victory. Okay? A little bit. A little bit. All right, whistle top. Star. You saw this coming. Oh, man, I've been spot on this whole time. How about that? Why is that here? The King of Wands. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Don't get a big head about this. Okay? Don't get an ego about this at all. This will boost your ego. This justice. It will. Okay? But that's a false victory. All right? This is a gift from the universe. It's to help soften the blow of some sort of pain that happened with this person originally. View it that way. All right? Don't go crazy on it. Otherwise, you'll drive these 5 swords in more. You have the potential to have a real victory here. Take it. Okay? Or find some happy medium between these 2 energies of the 6 wands and 5 swords. Okay? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I truly do. Good luck.